Hi, everybody. I'm Murr. Just call me Murr. We're all friends.
Perfect. All right, Murr. I think the question that I've been asked all weekend long is, should we be expecting an impractical joke during the press conference?
Yeah, during the press conference? No. During the race? Yes.
Oh, any hints that you can give?
No, then it would be a surprise, man. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I guess they'll be keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
I know you've been extremely excited. You've been promoting it on your social media platforms and everything. But now my question to you is, how have you been practicing? Have you taken any influence from other grand marshals?
I did. We watched a bunch of videos on YouTube of different ways to say the words, and I've tried lots of different variations of it in the past few days. I think the one I settled on is, "Hey, all, everybody, just go ahead and stop those engines," something like that, like a little. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm working it out. I'll figure it out by showtime.
No matter what, it's going to be all over internet,
Yeah,
so it's going to happen. Is this your first time at a NASCAR event? Or
my first time at a NASCAR race, absolutely. It's wild. It's so exciting.
What should fans know, or anyone that watches your show, that you now have experience coming to?
Well, I got to ride in a pace car before earlier this morning. We hit about 100 miles an hour, and I was fairly terrified, and I can't imagine how fast these guys are going when they're racing, and the pressure of 110 laps, it really was incredible. What an adrenaline rush.
That's amazing. And my last question to you before we open it to the public, what should everyone be expecting for this upcoming season of the Impractical Jokers?
That's right. A new season of Impractical Jokers on TBS this July 11th it premieres. We've got the first episode is fantastically good with Joey Fatone in it. Then the second episode is Roy Wood Jr., the comedian's in it. And then the punishments and challenges this season have been outrageous. You will see, I think, top 3 punishments of all time coming up. We filmed it about 3 weeks ago. It'll be airing this summer, and it is top 3 of 14 years of the TV show.
That's great. All right, we're going to open up questions. Vern?
Hi, good morning. Hey, and welcome
Thank
to
you.
Sonoma Raceway.
Thank you.
I'm curious, how good of a driver are you, and how fast have you ever gone in your personal car?
I have, the fastest I've ever gone was 125 miles an hour. We hit 125. We were driving cross country. It was my best friend Joe Gatto and I. We were driving cross country back in 2004, and we were in his Cadillac, and we were on with this long stretch of road in the middle of the desert. There's nothing. It's just flat for miles. There's no other cars, and we wanted to see how fast we could get it. We hit 125, and then panicked and immediately slowed down. So that was not legal at all. But so please do not do that at all.
I have a command suggestion.
Okay.
Drivers, get out of your cars. Just kidding.
Okay. I don't know if I'll do that. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna feel it out later. We'll see what happens.
All right, in the middle.
Hey, Murr, he's Murr. Keenan O'Doherty, Press Democrat. So this is your first NASCAR race. I mean, what were your expectations kind of coming here, and now that you are here, just kind of break down just what you're taking in and everything?
You know, I heard somebody the other day say, you won't believe it when you get there, the absolute energy in the air, and gosh, you feel it. The person did not steer us wrong. Like you're walking out there among the fans and in the stands, and it's absolutely electric. You can feel the energy in the air. And I've met a bunch of the drivers and see how they prep and how nervous they get or not nervous they get, and you really feel it. I can't even imagine what it's like at race time in about 2 hours.
Right. What is it like when you play a practical joke? I've seen you have a lot of shows, and one's at a stadium where you did somewhere, you got foul balls, and one of the mothers just really got angry and didn't give her daughter a foul ball.
I remember that one.
Yep. What do you do in situations like that?
You hope that security's not too far away. That was a punishment where we were working with the New York Mets, and Noah Syndergaard, the pitcher, was throwing, signing baseballs and throwing it to children basically in the stands before the game. But he was working with us, so he was only throwing the baseballs to Joe in the show, and so the parents were getting furious. And then at one point we told Joe to pick up a baby and say, "Oh yeah, I'll get the ball." Noah throws the ball to him, and he hands the baby back to the mother and keeps the ball, the baseball, and she lost her mind. And it was great fun for me because I wasn't the one getting punished. So yeah, I did nothing but laugh. I was safe in the back.
Alan Devana, PR. Similar question. Is so much about sports is dealing with adversity. When some of these jokes go wrong? How do you deal with that, or how have you learned to deal with some of those things?
I think you learn how far you can push people, and we always try to stay on the right side of likability. So that's part of it. Is I never look at me. I don't look like a tough guy. I have, to quote Colin Jost, I have a very punchable face. And so and it helps that we don't really look famous. I look like a pharmacist. People see me, they're like, that guy looks familiar. Are my taxes due? So we get away with a lot more than a typical, look a tough guy might. So.
Hey Murr, right
Yeah.
here, fan of the show.
Oh,
What is the worst punishment you've ever had to do?
The worst punishment? I
Yes.
flew here to Sonoma, and I had to show my license at the airport, and it still has no eyebrows because of the TV show. So I still look like I see something, say something. Just yeah, that's it. It's a 10-year punishment. I'm still getting punished.
All right, Tom.
Do you ever, hey Mark, do you ever find that the jokes kind of are you stressed out a little bit more on some seasons than others, or with some bits than others? It gets challenging, it seems, after 14 years.
Yeah, I think I think the simplest ideas are usually the toughest, right? Like, so I got punished about 2 weeks ago. You'll see it on TV, on TBS this summer. And the punishment was very simple. They said, Murr, go up to people, strangers in a mall, as they're walking on their looking at their cell phones, scrolling, texting, talking, and just hang up their call or put a sticker on their phone that says you're addicted to your phone, or get them off their phone. And it's such a simple idea, and people lost their minds. Thank God, again, I look like an accountant.
Murr Aaron here from San Francisco, Cron 4, fan of the show, helped me through some hard times. I just want to know, what's the most rewarding part about being on this show? 14 years, you're in an atmosphere like this. What is the coolest and most rewarding memory you can think of?
The coolest thing, when we created the show a long, long time ago, we never imagined that it would become like a family co-viewing show at all, right? I thought it'd be guys in the same age as us kind of watching the show, like they like prank shows and things like that. And then really quickly, from our live tour, we got to see that so many people in the crowd were like kids and their parents and the grandparents would watch the show too. And somehow, impractically, the Jokers became the show that the whole family agrees on, which I find wild. Like, we never anticipated that. It's kind of like it reminds you of the old days when you come home from work after a tough day of work and put on a show just to relax and unwind and forget about the stress of life for a half hour. And somehow we became that show for a lot of families. That is the most rewarding thing for me, for sure.
All right, up here in the front.
Hi, Rob with What Up Sports. My daughter loves your books, by the way.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
We met you in Roseville, so that was cool.
I have a new one coming out in October called You Better Watch Out. It's
awesome.
another thriller.
So love that.
Yeah.
So what driver would you punish, and how would you punish them?
Oh, wow. Maybe Ross Chastain, and I would steal his move. When he rode along the wall, I would steal that move and make him watch as I did it better. Even though he can't do much better than he did.
That's awesome. We should also see the tattoo.
Yeah, I'm not taking my pants down. Sorry, buddy. You gotta pay extra for that.
All right, Tom.
I had an extra thought on the van that is present out here outside the grandstands.
Yeah.
Is there any connection to some sort of a tour, or is this just a show promotional vehicle? What's going on with that?
The Impractical Jokers car?
Yeah.
That's my own car. That's what I drive around New Jersey. Yeah, I'm up and down the turnpike on it and all the time. I tell you what, I want to know who owns that car. How do I get that car?
That's a hell of a
Who do I got to talk to at the network or NASCAR to get that car? I can't go driving around like that. I look like a jerk. Right? With my face on it.
All right, any other questions? All right, well, thank you very much.
You got it. Thanks, guys. I'm excited for the race.
All right, have a good one.